Hey guys, okay, here we are again. We're starting off at the Venustus tank again, but this is what I wanted to show you on this second video here. We've got our three biggest tanks up against the front door of the garage. This is a 150 that we're going to use exclusively for males that we have bred, that we're going to hopefully get to grow out and really color up and be able to show people who come here what these fish are going to look like when they do mature. And most of them are colored up already, but not all the way. So we're waiting on that. But eventually we're probably going to have, I don't know, 50 or 60 fish in here. But for right now, this is all we've got. We've got about 12 fish in here right now, I would say. This tank is hooked up to a sump that's in the back up against the garage door. It's a 29-gallon tank that we used as a sump. So it's been running now for about 2 weeks, I guess. So real happy with that. And then below, this is our keeper tank. None of these fish are for sale or ever going to be for sale. These are just fish that, for one reason or another, we have decided to keep. Sentimental reasons, whatever. We've got a big German red in there, the big Venustus. We've got a couple of firefish, a bunch of hybrids. So this is the tank that the fish I'm going to show you next used to be in until we bought this tank. And the boxes that is not part of the decor, I put those up there because the light was so intense that it was almost like the sun shining directly into the lens of the camera and nothing would show up. So just put those up there to cover it up. But this is an 8-foot by 2-foot by 2-foot, 240-gallon tank for our arowanas. They used to be in the 125 that I just showed you. Actually used to be up in our living room, and you know, they grew to a point where they weren't going to be able to be in there anymore. So we knew we had to get a bigger tank. We came across this tank on Craigslist and we stole it. This tank retails for like $1,600. We paid $280 for it. Now that does come with a cost. Does that make sense? But you know, the trim's broken on the side, not a big deal. But there's also a lot of scratches and stuff on the glass. But you know what? For this kind of money, I'll take it. We've got our two silver arowanas in there. We've got the big Oscar. He's about 10 inches. I guess you could still call that big. And then we've got a jack hiding in there. You can barely see him. Like I said in a past post, a cichlid tank without a jack in it just isn't a cichlid tank. And then I've been talking about getting another fish to put in here. Just bought this guy yesterday. It's about a 5-inch Managuenzi. Just got him. He's hiding. He hasn't gotten used to things yet. It's a fish I've wanted for a long time. But anywhere I ever find them, they're always puny, you know, like quarter size. And that would just be a quick snack in this tank. So finally found them for, you know, at a pretty decent size. So picked him up yesterday. Still thinking about doing a gar in here and maybe another stingray. I used to keep stingrays, loved them, and I would love to get back into that again. So that's our 240. Very simple. Wanted to keep it very minimalistic and just let the fish do the decorating. I wanted to show you the tragedy that we had. If you notice, this arowana is missing one of her, what do you call them? I don't know what you call them. The things that stick out from their front of their mouth. And this guy's missing one too. Those are battle scars from the move down here. It was not easy moving fish this size. He is, I mean, I don't know how to gauge it, but he's about 27 inches. And then this one is probably about 24-ish. We call her a girl, and this one a boy. We don't know what they are, but we just call them boy and girl, whatever. So I had to use a trick that I saw on the show Tanked, where they actually transported the fish in a towel from one tank to another. That was the only way I could figure out how to do this. And this big one here, he made it no problem, but I'm just going to keep calling it a thingy, fell off a couple days later. But she, if you can see, she has some damage to her fin. It broke off because she fell out of my hands. Little jerk. And when she fell, she hit the carpet and rolled on the carpet. I had to pick her up. It was a disaster. So she took a little damage in the move, but she's doing great. They're healing really good, and they'll be fine. So this is our 240. And by the way, got room for a couple more breeders down here. These are 40 gallons that we got from the same pet store we got all the other ones. They were being used as sumps, so they're nasty right now. But we're going to clean them up and put some breeders in there. So anyway, that's the front of the garage. I just backed up into a tank. So now you've seen everything. And when we get this disaster over here straightened up and get all these tanks set up, it's 16 33 longs, 24 15 gallons, and 4 55s. When we'll get those set up, I will do another video to show them. I'll have to do a video because everybody keeps saying they're going to come here and see it, but nobody ever does. So I'll have to do it on video. All right. Thanks for watching, guys.